Transform! Fit to screen. Okay. So hi everybody. Friendly match has been released today on the C server, so technically speaking, we can now have, invite friends to play without affecting our scores in ranks. So we've been speculating and we've been talking about having our own tournament since very, very long ago. And since this mode is now here, I would like to officially announce that Cymen's Cottage is going to host our very own PvE tournament. Did I just say PvE? We're going to host our own PvP tournament. Okay, so let me tell you the details of the tournament first. So here's what's going to happen, right? The tournament's going to be called tentatively Cymen's League. It's going to happen on the 6th of March, starting from 10 AM. And the location is going to be, well, your Counterside game and at the Cymen's Cottage voice channels on Discord. So what we're going to do is basically, if you'd like to participate, you have to come over to the Discord channel, go to the announcement and react to the post where I tell you for registration. Next thing I would like to talk about is basically the prizes. So because it's the first time we're doing such a tournament, I don't want to create, I don't want to give, or more like I don't want it to be a very expensive and grand prize, because we're going to slowly improve the format and of course get more people to join where we can have a bigger prize pool in the future. So this time there'll be two prizes sponsored by Daehyun from Familia, so big shout out to Dae. The grand prize is basically the first winner, right? The champion will get a 30 days supply contract, which is the 30-day subscription to the admin coins. The runner-up, which is second place, is going to get the 18-day supply contract. Easy. Cool. So at a later date, I will do a randomizer. I will start pairing you guys up. Then you'll know who you're going to be up against. I will probably announce it a few days before the tournament itself so that you know what to prepare. The next thing I would like to talk about is basically the tournament format. So what we're going to do is, because like I said, I'm only going to keep... I didn't actually say this, did I? No. So I will only be accepting a maximum of 50 participants for this tournament, right? The tournament format is going to be done in double elimination, meaning to say there will be an upper bracket and a lower bracket. So what do I mean by that? If you're familiar with League of Legends or the internationals, Dota tournaments, it's basically very similar, but we're not doing it round robin, meaning to say you won't need to fight every single participant in the pool. So what's going to happen is you will be matched with your first opponent for the very first time. You have one chance, meaning to say it will be a best of 5. The first player to win 3 rounds in the same in that match basically advances to the next stage, right? So if you lose, what's going to happen? Don't worry about it. I don't want it to end so quickly. Like, I just come here, play one match, I lose, and then I get out. I don't want that to happen, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it in a double elimination, in a sense that if you lose your first match and you don't get to advance, you'll be bumped down to the lower brackets. So after everybody finishes their first round, the people who win will face their next opponent, and the people who lost the first round will face the people who lost the first round too. And then you'll be playing against each other, you'll be advancing through the bracket, and finally, the finalist of the winning bracket and the finalist of the lower bracket will fight against each other. So the moment you reach the end of either of the brackets, basically you already know you have one prize. You're required to share screen during the match. You don't need to turn on your face cam. There will be a referee together with you in the voice channel. So I need you to make it visible so that the referees can see what's going on and facilitate the fight. DC during middle of the match will basically earn you a loss by default. So then here's the fight rules. The first thing is your team can consist of up to 2 Awaken units, 3 SSR units, and the rest of it's up to you. You'll be fighting with no gears and no operators allowed. Your ship, there is no ban. So up to you to choose what you want. Cool. There is no limit to their levels as well, meaning to say if you have every single unit in your roster 110, great. If you don't have 110, it's also allowed. No restrictions there. You'll be playing in a best of 5, meaning to say the first person who wins 3 matches will advance to the next stage. The player who loses that round gets to change their team before the beginning of the next round, whereas the winner of the first round will have to stick to that team until he loses. So how does the game work? So let's just say this is your first match, correct? So let's say contestant A, contestant B, round 1. So the moment you enter the room and you start sharing your screen, the team that appears on the screen will be locked in, right? So you need to prepare your team before you actually enter the share screen stage. Cool. So after your first match, right? Let's say contestant A won, right? Contestant B lost. So in the second round, contestant A cannot do anything to change their team. They cannot change units, they cannot change ship, they cannot change order, they cannot change anything. They cannot change leader as well, right? So the one who lost the first round will now have some time to redo their team and fight again, right? So it's a little bit more fair that way. Cool. Every single match starting from the first round all the way to the finals, it's always going to be a best of 5. The first player, the first contestant to reach 3 wins, advance to the next stage. During the entire process, you are required to share screen. You are allowed to, if you're playing it on the PC, you can share your screen using Discord. But in some cases where you are using your phone and your phone cannot handle or your PC cannot handle, I allow you to play it on the PC and use your phone to stream it or share screen it on Discord. We can do that. Cool. And then one more is, what if in the event that you disconnect from the game in the middle of it? So since it's a best of 5, unfortunately I feel like if I couldn't really cover too much bases, if you let's say disconnect halfway in a fight, that fight itself is basically eliminated, meaning to say you lost that fight by default. Okay, but if it's like I said, if it's a best of 5, right? If it's your second round, we'll just consider it a loss. If you can continue, you just continue. I will also put it out there first that this is the first time we're gonna host such a thing. So it's going to be, there are going to be a lot of hiccups. There are going to be a lot of delays here and there and all this type of problems. So I hope to have your understanding. It's the first time. Do forgive us or forgive me if let's say there any inconvenience caused. Okay, we will definitely improve, and I promise you there will be another tournament in the future and it'll be a better one. And we're done with the announcement, so let me just revert this. You don't see my big face the whole time.